Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through the rubric on how to get the Piktochart Badge. First thing on the rubric says sign up for an account. So I went to piktochart.com, clicked sign up, and it brought me to this page. I just type in my information and click login, and it will automatically log me in. Excuse me. There we go. So, yeah, my name, my email, and my password. But since I already have an account, I wonder if I can just sign in with Google. Work your magic, Google. There we go. I love APIs. Oh, okay. All right. So it brought me to the last infographic I was working on. For you, you need to do some brainstorming first. What's my goal? What am I trying to do? What's my topic? On the rubric, that's this part right here. Choose a topic. You can answer a question like, how does photosynthesis work? Or you can just talk about a study that was relevant to your field, like talking about what English teachers find to be the most useful outcomes of certain books on their students. I like to see some examples online. I went to Pinterest.com and just typed in infographics. You can find a lot of good ones. This is one of my boards on Pinterest. It's just my information board where I put things that are useful information. Most of the content here are all infographics. I find them to be wonderful little packages of information. Like, for example, when to buy airline tickets. Very, very useful information. So this is a great idea for a topic. Okay, when starting a new project, in Piktochart, excuse me, gives you 4 options. An infographic, which is totally customizable. If you're not sure exactly how things are going to be laid out or whatever, this is always a good one to just kind of brainstorm about. If you're going to be publishing to the web, this is going to be the one that you want to do. Reports are made so that they can be viewed in 2 A4 size sheets. So you open a report and it takes up the full page on this side and then the full page on this side. Banners, that's just a single A4 sheet. It's like a big announcement thing. The dimensions can be changed to customized to whatever you need to, but by default it's just a single page. And then presentations, what are those? Oh, their blocks sizes are 4:3 aspect ratio. That's the same size as like a PowerPoint presentation. So if you're going to be doing a sales pitch or an end of the year presentation for a class, instead of doing a PowerPoint, you might consider doing an infographic. Where is the rubric? Okay, so then know your audience. Basically, you need to figure out what fonts are going to communicate the mood that you want to send. If it's more of a business type setting, you're going to want to use a more sans serif font. um, simple, or maybe a serif font, I mean, which is a little more classy, a little more blocky letters, stuff like that. If you're presenting data, you're going to want to use like charts and graphs and stuff like that, numbers, friendly things. If you're going to be presenting qualitative ideas, represent those through pictures or illustrations. Colors are also very important. So if you're going to be going to a board meeting, you're not going to want something totally colorful and far out there, depending on who sits on the board. But if you're going to be presenting to a bunch of teachers, it might be more fun for students to have some catchy colors. Okay, so those are all just like decision mental things. There's no way I will be grading you on these things. Like if I know who your audience is, and it's totally wrong, I'll take a half point off or whatever, or a full point, and just let you know. Try one of these colors instead, or something like that. But I assume most of you will be doing this for either your students or fellow teachers. And so I would recommend doing, depending on the content that you're presenting, either an infographic or a presentation. If you're doing like a academic journal summary, a report might be good. Okay. Okay, now we add content. So let's do an infographic. Your first one, you might choose to just, if there's one here that you think is like, oh, this is so cool, click on it and then click on all the objects and see kind of what they are and how they made it look that way, just to give you some ideas. But after you make one, it's easy just to create one from scratch. Here are your building blocks. It's broken down by blocks, okay? And each of these blocks can be resized using this little, just hover your cursor over this dotted line at the bottom of each of your blocks, and then click and drag. You've got some tools on what you can do with the block. You can add a new block underneath the current one. You can delete the block. You can just clone it, so you have similar artifacts on this one that you want on this one. You just duplicate it, and it'll show up down there. You can move them around. So now this question mark one is on top. Move this one back to the top. You can also change the canvas size. So if you're going to be creating a big banner or something, you can do that. So this is for the whole canvas. This is for the whole infographic, and this is for just that's the width, and this is the height of the block. Okay, and this will resize the content within it, so that if you make it bigger, it'll just resize everything. If you don't have this checked, then it will leave everything else the same size, and it'll just make the canvas bigger. Cool. All right, so that's the blocks. Looks like we've got 3 basic blocks here. Now, what can we add to the blocks? Tools. This is one of the requirements. You need to add a YouTube video. All you need to do is drop a URL in here, click insert, and the video goes in there. For maps, you can do, it's broken down by continent. You can do like a world map, stuff like this. You can change this information here. So for example, on mine, if you hover over this, this is data brought in from an Excel sheet. I had like no data from any of these states, but in Washington, I had data from 11 districts, a total of 79 teachers. So for that, you would do district teacher, I guess we'll pluralize it, blah, 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 whatever. 0, and then you can drag this down and make it all zeros until you get to the one you want. Back to the thing. Maps, okay, charts. Charts are also brought in using your Excel sheet. You can put your own data in here and you just type it all out, or you can import stuff. And so if you have a file on your computer, you can do that, or you can pull it straight from Google Spreadsheets. And this is super cool because if you ever change the spreadsheet, it will automatically update on your thing, on your infographic. So let me show you what I mean. If you create a Google Sheet and you do, you know, just districts, teachers, and then you go axis 1, 11, 79. And then you go to File, Publish to Web. You can do Publish, and then you can do this little thing right here. You just copy that, bring it over, paste it, boom. See, that's new data. That's data from my spreadsheet. Super cool. What else are we looking at? Pikto stuff. Okay, so those are your tools. All right. There's not a lot you can do in the properties menu for your tools, but it's still pretty cool. Okay, your background. This is a 2-element thing. You get a background color and then you get a background image or texture. So for example, you can do this nice pink with a little bit of whatever this is, but then you can knock back the opacity and bring that background color forward. So a lot of these have textures on them. You probably can't see that one. This is like white noise. This is like a side of a sauna. You can do that one. And then just kind of make it a pink sauna. So ugly. All right. Yeah. Great. Make sure that your colors are easily visible. So for this one, I might go to white. That'll stand out a little bit better. Cool. I kind of jumped to the properties menu. Got ahead of myself. But anyway, this is fun to experiment with. Oh, you gotta select a block. I like how it tells you to do stuff like that. It's nice. All right, so that's background. Uploads is where you drop images from your computer. So let's see. If I want to drop a pimp into there, how do I get back? I can just drag it right here or drag it right here, and it will populate. Oh, that was the wrong image. Delete that. I want the pimp. Okay, Easily done here. Where are you, pimp? There you are. Okay, stupendous. If you want to resize the image, you can just click on these any of these handles. If you want to maintain the aspect ratio so that he doesn't look skewed or stretched, you just hold the shift key and it goes like that. Okay. Great. So that's uploads. Now graphics, those are the images that are already online that you can pull from. You've only got a small number of basic images. Okay, so you can drag a heart in here. And I guess now's an appropriate time to talk about some of these properties up here. For all of your components, all of your objects on your canvas, you can do a number of things. You can always undo and redo, and the keyboard shortcuts are Control or Command Z if you're on a Mac, and then redo is Control Shift Z or Command Shift Z if you're on a Mac. So if I wanted to undo that, maybe it's Command Y. Okay, I don't know what the key command is for redo, but undo is Command Z. All right. So we don't want a black heart. Oh yeah. We want to cut it and we want to paste it onto a different deck. So there we go. And if you want to copy it, you just copy it, bring it back onto this deck. There you go. Copies into the same location. All right. Yeah, let's delete this object. So you click it so that you can see the handles around there, and you just click delete. Back to this heart. If you want this one, if you don't want to mess with this one, if you want to make sure it's uneditable, you just click lock, and then it goes red, and you can do other things, like select all these except for this one, and move those around. So that's how that's useful. All right, color, we don't want a black heart, we want a pink heart. All right, that's a good one. But we don't want that opacity full, so let's just knock it back to 65. Now we can kind of see through certain stuff if you want something to shine through. Usually you do it if you're going to be overlaying something. Here's an extra super secret thing that's not on the required for your deal. But if you want an image to be overlaid into another graphic, you select both by clicking Shift Click, whatever two objects you do, and then a new thing will appear up here. It's Mask Image and Icon. Boom. There you go. If you want to move him around, you just double click on the icon and then you drag it here. You can shrink him if you want, but that's the idea. I think we want him huge. This isn't the best for that. Okay. Yeah. So when you mask something, all your shape is then is it becomes a cookie cutter. You can't apply a color to it after that. So it's probably better if you use this for photos, like some kind of a background. Where's my mask? There it is. So now that looks pretty cool. Do you love hot air balloons? That way you don't need the full picture. You can just do a little, you don't need two pictures. You can just put it into one. Very efficient. All right, back to the rubric. Oh, we weren't even looking at the rubric. I was just showing you around. Okay, so yeah, that's how you drop in images. You just click that and boom, you got an image. I just click delete on my keyboard. Icons, got like 100,000 icons. You can check through the different categories here, like education, or if you wanted like a phone one specifically, you got tons of stuff, microphones, things like that. So this is a very useful search tool thing. Shapes and lines. To add a line, we're going to delete those. To make the line look like you want, you got to use the properties. There's three kinds of lines. There's dash, there's solid, and there's dotted. Okay. So if you want a solid line, but you want it a little thinner, you can just drag the handles and make it as thin as you want. A lot of people use these for little like title bar things. And these little lines that show up help you identify where the center of the canvas is. Well, other objects are, essentially. So this one is the exact center of the canvas. All right. So that's lines. If you want to change, if you want to like turn it, you can do that. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get it. There we go, even. We already did the shapes, photos, icons. Good. All right, we've done it all. Terrific. So now add text, add graphics, upload images. We've done all that. Oh, we haven't done text yet. Where's text? Okay, there you go. So subtitle. A lot of this already has cool text. This is a title. But if you want to add your own, you can do that. You got your font here, you got your size here, which is super cool because it's dynamic and it changes as you can see it. Got your alignment, so if you wanted to make it like right aligned, you can do that. You can link to text, and remember, if this lives online, you can always download this as a PNG or a JPEG image file, but then you don't have the benefit of all the cool dynamic stuff. If you roll over it, you won't see extra data or the little animations of it popping out. You can't use the YouTube video. You can't do any hyperlink stuff. But if you do use hyperlinks, this is really good. It's always important to source your information, to cite your information. So make sure that you do that. All right, so that's adding text. We did graphics, we did upload, include at least one chart. All right, let me show you a chart. It's kind of a cool chart. All right, we're gonna add a chart right here. So that's under Tools, Charts. Now here are all your different chart options. Vertical bar, triangle bar, horizontal stuff. We've got a line chart. Let's do a line. Okay. So here we've got our different data points. Let's do a little 30, and come back down to 20, and then go back up to 50. And we can do time, like Q4, whoops, Q3. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get it this time. So Qs are like quarterly reports and stuff. So this is quarter. Now see, there's a little legend down here. Most people understand what Q means, and so you can come to settings and you go, get that legend out of there. Also, the axis information on the sides. If you want just a little graphic line, you can do that too. Get rid of the dots and just show the points of data and just show the line. And then I would make it turn the static value off, so that in case it doesn't matter, even if it is static data, you just leave that one off all the time. You can mess around with colors if you want. We'll go green because it's going up. Cool. Alright, so a couple other ones are like icons. That's the one I chose for doing this stuff right here. This is just a dotted line with images laid over it. Where are we? So yeah, to choose the shape instead of just a pyramid, you can go down to customize, do dudes for population. And this is cool, like you can show death rates. So there's 10 dudes across. All right. Oh, this is total. Okay. So our first set of data, let's have that, and then let's have that. How do we get just a couple of those dudes? Oh no, it went back to default. If we wanted to color just some of those guys, there it is. So we want to go to say, you know what? 3 of our dudes died. And then you would go red, the blood of angry men, black, yeah, so only 3 survivors. That's what that image says to me. 3 out of 30 people love riding hot air balloons. That's what that says to me. All right. I gave you a little flavor for how to use the charts. Okay, add a video, kind of did that. I'm just gonna assume you'll get that one. Adding a new block, kind of did that. Boom, new block right there. Let's bring it to the very bottom though. Let's make it small and just type in sources. And then boom. You're unbelievable. Ugly. It's ugly. Look, with an extra minute, you just add a couple lines, a vertical line and two bottom ones, makes it look so pretty. Or you can add an icon and like have it sit on a ribbon like this. It's totally cool. Lines. We did lines. Additional content. Yes. This is just like whatever you want. Add relevant content of your choice. It could be an image, it could be text box, whatever. All right, now publish. Okay, publish is right here. First, you can check it out. This is what it'll look like online. Then you click publish. All you can do is publish publicly with a free account. Are you sure this is what it's going to be called? Untitled infographic. Oh, I forgot to name it. Whew, that was a close call. Delete me. Okay, now I'm ready to publish. Yes, good. Okay, so click that, and then here's something interesting. If you want a link to the web, if you're just going to do a hyperlink to it, you can do this one. Yeah, it looks like that. But if you're going to post it on your website, here's what you do. First, choose the width. 600 is what I chose for mine right here. And I can probably center this if I go back into edit and do that. But go to HTML. Google changes my code so it looks all crummy like this. But let's just go back here. Let's go to my saved Piktocharts. Whoa, 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 whoa. Edit. Actually, I want to create this a little bit bigger. There we go. Now publish. Okay. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, I was getting this code. Just tab out of it and it updates here. One extra thing that's that it didn't work on Google sites. All I had to do was take out this little parameter style. You just take the style and then you go all the way, go, fine. Copy it all. That's actually kind of a cool thing. It doesn't let you copy only partial code. I like that. I can edit it elsewhere. So you come in here, and I just did two little break codes. These are like carriage returns. Just go down to the next line, and then you paste the iframe here. This is the width, height, no frame border, no scrolling allowed. We want to see the whole thing. And this is what I delete. Delete the style. Otherwise, it didn't show up for me the first time. It might work for you. So then I just update. It says Google Gadget. I know it's going to work. Click Save. And now it will load. Voila. Okay, so let me just rapidly go through grading one of these things. Oh, but before I do, there was one thing I forgot. Let me show you on this other example here. Sometimes when you have layered objects, it's really hard to get to the stuff that you want. For example, I'm trying to get to this image of the computer. It's a little icon. Laptop. I think it's that one. Yeah. But this dang little ribbon's in the way. So what I can do is click on the ribbon, click on the ribbon, and then come up here to the arrange button. I missed these things. We talked about the link, but we didn't talk about these. You can flip things vertically, or that didn't do anything, but that's the right idea. Also, aligning objects is also really good. It's more of an advanced thing, but it saves you time, big time later. You don't need to know it for this badge. But you might get stuck and you're like, oh, I can't get to that image. So here's what you do. We're on the ribbon right now, and all you do is temporarily say send it back. Okay, so now the ribbon is behind all the other objects. Boom! And there's my computer. Okay. So then I can edit it and do what I want. Lock it if I want or not. Send the, then I go back to the ribbon, send it to the front. Whoa, didn't want it all the way to the front. So send it back one, back one, back one. There we go. And then if we lock it, that's good. That's another way you can do it is if you lock an image and then you kind of like click and scroll to try to grab what other objects are there. That's how you do that. Okay. Now let's go through and grade. Okay, so let's say Brian sent me his pictograph chart. This is bugging me. I just gotta center this real fast. So I'm clicking on the object, boom, centered. Oh, sorry about that. All right, Brian sent me a link to his Google Sites subpage. Okay, I read who the audience is. I read, what the topic is, and I see, okay, looks like he did an infographic. So if he's going for teachers and it's going to be posted online, that's the important thing, is where you're going to be posting it. Then he'll get all the points for these top 3. He obviously created an account. He chose an effective topic related to his field. The format is good as an infographic, and the theme looks appropriate. Okay, did he add text, or did he change the text, including a title and a subtitle and the body? Yes, this is a different, oh, whoops, where did I go? This is a different title than these, so that's good. Body, yeah, there's a sub thing and there's a body, so close enough. If you want to make it super explicit for me, you can create a title and then do a little subtitle under there. And as long as you have some other text, other places, then I'll know for sure that you got that one. Okay, include at least one graphic and one photo. All right. So I didn't. It's not super explicit, but this is a photo that I imported, and these are graphics or icons that I imported. So good, he's got that. And I made sure that the background was good contrast for the two. Some white on some really brilliant color. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't do a photo. All right, so I only get half point for that one because I did icons, but I didn't do a photo. So if you're going to do this for real and you don't want a photo on yours like I didn't, just put it in for now and then take it out later. So yeah, half point off for that. Use at least one. Okay, so I did do that one. One thing that's bugging me is the opacity on this one. I noticed is at 88. So we'll bring it all the way up to 100. Click save. Now check this out. This is so cool. See how you can kind of see the wood boarding behind it? So now all you have to do is refresh the page. And because I saved it on the Piktochart website, it will just pull it directly from there. Map. Oh, I missed it. Okay, does he have a chart with information on it? This is a chart. These are charts. Okay, does he have a map? Yes, he has a map. And this was another way. I could have put like text over here and the image over here. It just looks better when it's overlaid like this. So this is another way that you can use the arrange the icons, right? This little tool right here. Chart, map, video. Yeah, he got the YouTube video block. Yes, I added an additional block to the infographic. Lines. Yeah, he's got lines. Are they consistent? Yes, they're all consistent. That means like, are they like super wide versus not if you're trying to do the same thing. One thing you can do is to copy and paste to help make sure that those are the same size. Publish additional content. Yeah, I added plenty of additional content. Here's an example of those lines. These are thin lines, same size as these horizontal ones, and then I made the vertical one just a little bit thicker. And the same lines are here and here. Sorry, I keep jumping back and forth. Additional content. Okay, make sure it's marked public. That's not a worry if you don't have a pro account. So I'm just going to assume you get that point. And as long as it's embedded on the portfolio and you send it through Canvas, you'll get those points as well. Okay, so gosh, is this a 15-pointer or is this just a 5-pointer? Piktochart. Yeah, looks like a 5-pointer. All right. So that was harsh. If you get a full half point off for that one thing, I'll knock it down to a quarter point off. So you got 4.75 out of 5 points on this one. Not bad. Good luck, guys.